I just made a video and I was at the beach. I was at New Smyrna Beach and I was looking at some numbers and I was trying to show people how much they claim the water is supposed to drop per mile. So when I looked it up on the computer, I misinterpreted it. They said 8 inches per mile, but it was 8 inches squared. So those numbers are quite a bit different than what I initially calculated. But either way, the same argument is there. You can see the backdrop here that I'm showing you. What do you see? Perfectly clear, flat water. I don't see a curve. There's no curve. You would not see perfectly glass water if there's a curve that would do that. It would make all that water move. You'd never have glass that would look like that in the water, which you see in the backdrop of this picture. So anyway, you see water, nobody sees it dropping. So 8 inches squared. If you look at if you look at this video that I'm going to show you here, this is from a guy that I've met off of TikTok. Great guy. He's making incredible videos. He's got some of the best flat earth videos I have ever seen. And he's just one of many. There's a lot of good people out there that are really putting out some tremendous information. But one of the best videos that he's made, because here's the thing. I think it really does come down to water. That's the easiest way to prove that there's something dramatically different than what we've been taught. Okay? Water in a cup is flat. Water in a tub is flat. Water in a pond is flat. Water in a lake is flat. Water at the ocean is flat. Nobody sees water curve, especially if you want to add on the ocean. There's no way you're going to stand at the beach and look out there and say in a mile that the water went down 8 inches. And then beyond that, it went down more and more. So it's crazy. By the point of 3 miles out, it should be down by 6 feet, according to the squared process of how you calculate that. And that's not what's really happening, because you can stand on the beach, and just because you can't quite see past 3 miles out, according to what they calculate on the computer when you look it up, like how far can you see with your eyes to the horizon at the ocean, it's about 3 miles out. So if you're looking out like that and you were standing on the beach, if there was a boat that was out 10 miles, all you got to do is get some binoculars or a telescope or some kind of Nikon camera, whatever, and you can zoom in on it and boom, you're going to see that thing still flat on the water. You're not going to see water that's gone like this. You don't see it with anything. How they've gotten away with this lie, I don't even know. I can't fathom it, really. This is something that requires a major wake-up call for so many people. The Christians need to wake up. I'm a believer in the Lord Jesus Christ. I follow the scriptures. I'm trying to wake up and read the truth and find out the truth. So I'm going to play Tyler Hansen's Fittest Flat Earther video here. He was 55 miles away on the other side of Lake Michigan, all the way to Chicago. Now, if you run the numbers based on how high the building is, the tallest building in Chicago is approximately 1,800 feet tall. And so when you add on the math based on the distance, 55 miles, it shows you that the Earth has curved approximately 1,800 feet. So you shouldn't even be able to see anything in Chicago. At the most, you could see the very top of a building with some of the spears coming off the top of the building. You wouldn't be able to see anything else. But yet, he zooms in and he sees the entire city. How does that happen on a curved Earth? It doesn't, because we've been lied to. So that's why I'm making this video. I don't claim to be the expert, but I certainly don't claim to accept these lies from NASA and all these scientists that want to lie to us about this, because if you really do your research, you're going to find out the Illuminati and the Masonic movement is who's pushing this trash.
First, let me just show you where I took a trip to. And let's just look to see how far I was away from a certain city and how much obscurity that distance should be showing on a curving ball, and how tall the tallest building is in that certain city. Like I said, I'm going to let my little buddy, the Nikon P950, do the talking for me. And let's see what we can see. That's strange. Why can I see that? I don't get it. Do you get it? You guys know this is all for entertainment though, right? I know we can only see that building because of refraction. Or maybe it's a mirage. Just for entertainment purposes. Can't really see something from 55 miles away on a spinning ball.
Okay, here's the big thing. To calculate curved Earth, it's not just 8 inches per mile. I misinterpreted that on a video. So like every mile was 8 inches, but it's not. It's squared. So the first mile's 8 inches, but everything is squared after that. So you get a lot of a difference. So just, you can do all kinds of searches. I'm not going to make this video to show you all the searches. You can do it on your own. But here you go. Put it in. 100 miles, they claim, based on what you're showing here, is that there's a curve of 6,668 feet. 200 miles, because we're doing a square now, 200 miles is not double that. It's actually way beyond that. It's 26,669 feet. So just imagine if you were at the beach and you were looking out 200 miles out to another city, could you see it or couldn't you see it? Well, I know somebody that was down in St. Augustine, Florida, that could see all the way up to South Carolina and saw Charleston. There's no possible way you could see that if there's a curve to that level based on how many feet they're saying that the Earth curves. You can look at the other curves there, but I just wanted to show that. You can run your own numbers. I'm not the expert on this. I'm just showing you what it's saying here. And so based on their numbers and based on how much it's supposed to curve, you should not be able to see virtually anything. And that's not what's really going on. Here, I asked ChatGPT this information. You can ask Chat yourself, or you can do your own research on Google. It's precisely about 3 miles. I'm not going to read all this to you. You can hit pause and read it, but I'm going to get to the bottom here. If your eyes are approximately 5.5 feet above sea level for an average adult standing, the calculation is blah, 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 2.87 miles. So you're approximately able to see roughly 3 miles out at the beach. Why? Because there's atmospheric change when you're in the water, which makes things different than when you're standing on the land and you can see way beyond that. In fact, if you were at the mountains out in Utah or Colorado, standing out there in a clear day, you could see 50 to 60 miles out. And then if you run those numbers that they want to tell you that they're running based on how things curve, you should see a dramatic difference in the mountains, but you don't see that either. So as much as I'm talking about the ocean and the water, you can add on the same things with land. You don't see what they're telling us. And so all we're really seeing is their lies.